Hello and welcome everyone to the Feed Me Pixels review page. I am your great and mighty host, Ruckus5150. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you A Fistful of Guns, brought to you by the lovely people over at Devolver Studios. Devolver Studios was founded in 2009 and have brought you such lovely games as Hotline Miami, Serious Sam, and the current Enter the Gungeon. Currently on sale for $12.99 on Steam, and unfortunately that's the only way you're going to get it. Now in this game, you're a desperado, a bounty hunter, looking to take down hordes and hordes of bandits and their potential bandit leader. At least I hope there's one. I don't know. I didn't see it. Gameplay. This was my major malfunction with this game. I had the biggest time fighting what was called the controller boss. I originally started off with mouse and keyboard. Wasn't so bad. I was able to point in directions and actually had a little arrow where I can know where I'm shooting and all that fun stuff. But the unfortunate problem is your aim generally wasn't that accurate. Not because your controller or your mouse was messed up. It was basically just the lack of real actual aiming. I'd shoot in one direction, I'd see exactly where I'm pointing my mouse on, right on top of the guy, and watch it just totally go into a different direction. So, after that fact, and the fact that the game only shows you controller functions, I switched to a controller, just to try it out, see if there might be any huge difference. No, it's even worse. You actually have to use the thumbsticks, which at that point you have no actual direction of where you're actually shooting. So you don't know at that point if your shooting is off or the game is off. I still had to fight through it because, well, I'm a soldier like that, and otherwise you wouldn't have this review to listen to. So after fighting keyboard and controller boss, we come to how the game actually plays. There's 11 different characters, all of which have their own individuality to where that one is a gunslinger, where he's got the 6-shooter, one's a sniper, he's got the rifle. Then we get some odd characters like Sir Mexican, he's got rockets. Oh, and the Chinese guy, he's got rockets. Are they actual rockets? No, they're just fireworks. You set them on the ground, light them, walk away, hope that by the time it actually fires off, the guy's still in the same place. Hopefully he's still standing still for you. Some of the more traditional guys, like the gunslinger, isn't so bad. He's got the 6-shooter. He actually is pretty fairly decently accurate. However, you actually have to reload the gun. And it's not just like you fire a bullet, reload it. You actually have to empty out your chamber and then be able to reload. And you have to keep clicking it to be able to add that next bullet. It isn't just like fire, 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 oh, I gotta reload, oh, fire, 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 oh, reload again. No. You have to empty out fire, 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 then reload all the way up until you can fire again. The sniper seemed to be the most accurate, however, his reload time was incredibly horrible. So half the time you're having to run around, wait for that reload time to come back at you. The only person I actually seemed to do kind of well with was the shotgunner. Not because he was all that great, it was just mainly because I didn't have to worry about the inaccuracies too much. Now let's take a look at graphics. Now granted, this is a pixelated game, thus it's going to look pixelated. But they actually make a play on it, so when you actually look at the characters' faces, they actually look blocky, they look pixelated, which is actually pretty interesting. Very Minecraftian, which is good. I mean, they're shooting blocks at you, you're shooting blocks at them, there's blocks everywhere, stuff's blocking up everywhere, it's blocks. They did try to keep with the Wild West kind of feel to it, very Desperado, got browns and tans and stuff like that, which kind of made it kind of hard to see some stuff. So on top of some other issues that were already there with the visuals, because like something would be kind of hiding behind something, you really didn't know it was there. Suddenly a bullet's flying at you, you're like, where the hell did they come from? The main thing I had wrong with the visuals is everything was really tiny, so it was really hard to keep track of what was going on because it was very bullet hellish, which is fine. I'm used to that. I love those, but when your character's so small, you don't really realize where you're blending in the environment versus where the bullets are because of it's just not showing up. Moving on to audio. The audio is actually really good considering the kind of game that it is. The gun sounded fairly realistic. Even the rocket sounded very, off into the distance. It was actually pretty decent, and like when you hear the people die, you actually hear them going like, oh, it was actually kind of cool. The explosions were really crisp, and I was really hoping they would actually have like a sound effect when the horse died, because like you could shoot a guy, get on his horse, and start riding around. He gave you a little bit more movement speed, but then you would, which would give you kind of like a buffer, so if you got shot, it would kill the horse instead of you. I was really hoping they would actually have like somewhere like, when the horse died or something like that, but there wasn't. It crushed my dreams. It crushed them so hard. Overall, you could see that this game had a lot of potential. As you can see, even though it was a different team that picked up the game, you can see that there is very good similarities between Enter the Gungeon and Fistful of Guns. But with the lack of actual good control support, and the fact that the game is really tiny and hard to really identify where things are on the screen, even with a decent sized monitor, it kind of falls short. Sadly, I can't rate this game well. With the poor visuals, the hard-to-use control scheme, and I was even putting this review off just because after much rage quitting and coming back, I just knew I was just going to be crapping all over this. Just a big steamy pile of it. I am glad I played this. I love the kind of genre that it is, and I love the style of it, but I really couldn't rate this game highly. If you can get it for like maybe 60% off at some sale, I would say do it. I would rate this somewhere around a 3 to 4 just because of that. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. I am Ruckus5150. Please like and subscribe. Check out our website, feedmepixels.com, and on Twitch at feedmepixelslive. And as always, et furore consume.